What's up, Madden community? MT Squared back with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. And today I want to show you what a Dallas 50 out of 50 plus Minnesota 25 out of 25 theme team looks like on the same team. I put out a video yesterday on how to build a 50 plus 25 theme team. So if you haven't checked that video out, definitely go ahead and do so. I'll put it in the comments down below, but it does break down specific cards you need to be able to build this type of team. I'm doing these two specific teams for two different reasons. One, because I had a few people ask if it was possible to pair these two teams. Shout out to Alex Atruia and Marcus Parker for commenting on the last video, asking about these two teams. And the second reason is simply because these two teams pair really well together. I think this is a really good team and something you may want to consider switching to. And if you'd like to see me do a video for two teams you want to see, comment down below and let me know. And if you do find this video helpful, drop a like and subscribe so you can see future content. Most of my videos are theme team related, as that is my passion around Madden 22. And I do want to thank you all for your support so far. Today I received my 100th subscriber, a small milestone, but a milestone nonetheless, and something that I'm pretty proud of. Definitely appreciate the support that you guys have shown for what started out as a fun hobby and definitely still is, but it's cool to see the channel growing, especially over the last several weeks as I've been putting out more content that you guys really seem to like. All right, so let's get into this team. So looking at the offense, I'm going to start out on the offensive line. That is definitely the weakest point on this entire team. We do have two really good offensive linemen at left guard with Larry Allen and right guard Zach Martin. We have two weaker tackles with Gary Zimmerman at left tackle. Leo Collins is pretty good, but not as high as I'd like him to be at a 93 overall. And then we have Tyler Biadasz at center as an 89 overall. But there's going to be a fix so that we can get him replaced on a different screen that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But then something else to note that players that you need to have on this team because of the extra team chemistries they get. Larry Allen at left guard, he gets ×3 chemistry for being the team diamond. And then your backup right guard, Wyatt Davis, is the stocking stuffer for the Vikings. So he gets ×2 chemistry, somebody you need to have on your team. For tight end, we have Blake Jarwin at starting tight end, 98 overall. He does have that LTD, which is pretty expensive, so if you don't want to have him start, you don't need to. You can put Billy Joe Dupree as your starting tight end. He is a card that you will need to have in your lineup. You don't necessarily have to have him powered up to a 96, but he gets ×3 chemistry for being the Team Diamond 1 card for the Dallas Cowboys. Dalton Schultz at third tight end. He has the stocking stuffer card for the Cowboys. He gets ×2 chemistry, so a card you'll need to have in there. Moving on to quarterback, we have Tony Romo here as a 96 overall and Randall Cunningham as a 95 overall. So I found that these two quarterbacks were probably the best, in my opinion, compared to what else they had available. You can also use Dan Marino if you like to use Dan Marino. I honestly still use him quite a bit. He has the fastest release in the game, so he gets any team chemistry. So you can put him right in your lineup and throw Cowboys or Vikings team chem on him. But Tony Romo would get both Gunslinger and Hot Route Master at the same time. Randall Cunningham, he does get Escape Artist and Gunslinger, but you got to choose between one of them. So depending on your style of quarterback play, you can choose which quarterback you want to use. For running back, we have Cordarrelle Patterson at starting running back at 97 overall, the new Team of the Year card, with the backup tight end also being a 97 overall, Tony Pollard, also a Team of the Year card. I think that Patterson breaks a little bit more tackles than Pollard because of his size, so that's the reason why I have him in at starting running back. Your third running back, Ezekiel Elliott, you will need to have in your lineup because he gets ×2 chemistry for being the Gridiron Forge card for the Cowboys. And then moving on to wide receivers, at wide receiver 1, we got Deion Sanders, 96 overall. Michael Irving at wide receiver 2, Randall Cobb at wide receiver 3. He is a slot archetype, so he does get slot apprentice for 1 AP if you don't have Hot Route Master equipped on one of your quarterbacks. And then we got CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver 4, a card you need to have in the lineup because he does get that stocking stuffer master card. And then Ahmad Rashad, wide receiver 5, another card required because of the fact that he is the Team Diamond 1 card for the Vikings. You don't necessarily need to have him powered all the way up, but you will need to have him in your lineup and to get that ×3 chemistry for the Vikings. So quick summary of the cards that you need to have from the offense. Offensive line, Larry Allen at left guard and Wyatt Davis at backup right guard. And then your tight ends, Billy Joe Dupree and Dalton Schultz. At wide receivers, you'll need CeeDee Lamb and Ahmad Rashad. And then at running back, you'll need Ezekiel Elliott in your lineup so that all of those cards get the additional team chemistries. Moving on to the defense, let's start off with the cornerbacks. We have Trayvon Diggs at cornerback 1, Mel Renfro at cornerback 2, Patrick Peterson at cornerback 3, and then we got Deion Sanders and Everson Walls at 4 and 5. None of those cornerbacks are required to be on your team because of extra chemistries. I just found them to be the best out of the group that we had to choose from. For your starting free safety, we have Taylor Mays here as a 96 overall. He's the season 2 card that you got to choose. Hopefully you did choose him. If you didn't choose him, obviously we'll have to figure out another option, but he does get any team chemistry. So we threw the Cowboys on him, so he gets that +2 boost to speed. We also have Jordan Whitehead at backup free safety. You will need to have him in your lineup because he gets all NFL team chemistries so that he can count toward both the Cowboys and the Vikings. Looking over at strong safety, we have Harrison Smith, the new Team of the Year card, starting strong safety with John Lynch at backup strong safety. So I chose John Lynch because we didn't really need any of the other team captains. We didn't need Jack Youngblood. We didn't need Lance Allworth. We didn't need Sean Alexander. So we chose Lynch. Now, keep in mind, you could only exchange your team captain up to 5 times throughout the course of the game. So if you're the type of person that likes to change out their team quite a bit, you may want to rethink, putting John Lynch in your lineup just for a backup position. You could also put Cam Chancellor in there, but John Lynch is going to be a little bit better for you. Looking at our linebackers, we got Luke Kuechly, the Team Diamond 2 master, in as our main middle linebacker, with Junior Seau as your second middle linebacker. Obviously, you would have had to have gotten those cards, Junior Seau, from the Season 1 program. You can get him upgraded all the way up to a 96. Both of those cards get any team chemistry, so we threw Cowboys on them so they get the extra boost. And then we got Eric Kendricks and Leighton Vander Esch for our middle linebackers 3 and 4. Obviously, if you don't have access to getting Kuechly and Seau, you're going to bump them up and then choose some lower elites or golds for your middle linebacker 3 and 4 spots. For right outside linebacker, we got Robert Quinn at 97 overall with Ware at 96 overall. I would definitely still use DeMarcus Ware as your primary pass rusher over Quinn, though, because Ware has over 90 power move, finesse move, and block shed, where Quinn has a very low finesse move, which I have noticed affects the getting around the edge. I used Brian Arakpo for a little bit with the Washington theme team, and Arakpo just did not get around the edge. We got Micah Parsons at left outside linebacker with Leonard Floyd at backup left outside linebacker. You need to have Leonard Floyd in your lineup because he counts toward all NFC team chems, so he'll get both Cowboys and Vikings at the same time. Looking at your defensive linemen, we got Randy Gregory at starting right end, 98 overall. He does have that 97 LTD, which is pretty expensive again, so you don't need to power him all the way up if you don't have the coins available. Then we got Ndamukong Suh at backup right end. He gets all NFC team chemistries, another card that's required to have in your lineup. For defensive tackles, Kevin Williams starting defensive tackle, Sharif Floyd at a backup defensive tackle. He is a card you will need to have. He's the Team Diamond 2 card for the Vikings. Jay Ratliff at third defensive tackle and Malik Collins at fourth defensive tackle. And then finishing out the defense at left end, we got the new Team of the Year, Danielle Hunter. He's a 97 overall. DeMarcus Lawrence, backup left end. So quick summary on cards you need to have in your lineup here. You need to have Jordan Whitehead at backup free safety. You need to have Leonard Floyd at backup left outside linebacker. And then we're going to need to have Ndamukong Suh at backup right end and also Sharif Floyd at the second defensive tackle position. Looking at these special teams, neither team really has a good punter. So we have Colquitt here at backup punt as our punter. And then we have Nick Folk as our kicker. So Nick Folk does not have a power-up, but he does have the ability to get any of the team chemistries that he's played for. He played for the Cowboys, so we're putting Cowboys chemistry on him. And then we got Deion Sanders as our kick and punt returner. And then something to note, you'll see that our long snapper, Jason Kelsey, is not on our main squad, but we're able to input him as a long snapper as an extra position. You get 52 players on your team. You can add up to 3 different players on top of your 52 man roster on this screen or on the next screen, the specialist screen, with your sub linebackers. But we're going to add Jason Kelsey in here so that we can substitute him in for Tyler at center, who was an 89 overall, to upgrade that position so we at least get better play when we're playing in games. So you'll have to either substitute him in your depth chart each game, or you'll have to substitute him in each formation when you change your formation. Looking at your specialists, everything's pretty basic here. We do have Isaiah Simmons as our sub linebacker. You can add a second sub linebacker if you'd like. I got Patrick Peterson as our slot cornerback. He's the only one out of your top 3 cornerbacks that is not at 99 speed. So Trayvon Diggs and Mel Renfro are both going to be at 99 speed. Patrick Peterson is at 98. Not bad, obviously, but I put him in the slot just because he's a little bit slower, and I want my faster cornerbacks on the outside. For our edge pass rushers, we got DeMarcus Ware and Randy Gregory with Danielle Hunter and Kevin Williams in the middle. And that's all I got for today's video, guys. One other quick thing. So for the visuals, so your 2 playbooks, your 2 uniforms, coach, and your stadium, I put Dallas Cowboys for all 6 of those. Obviously, you can change one of the playbooks or whatever you want to do. To Minnesota, you would have to change one of your Minnesota players somewhere in the roster to a Dallas Cowboys player in order to balance that out to get them back to 50 and 25. But that's it for today's video, guys. If you did find this video helpful, drop a like and subscribe so you can see future content. And I did mention at the beginning of the video, if you want to see 2 specific teams featured in this style of video, comment down below and I will definitely get that done if it is possible for those 2 teams to pair together. And thank you for watching.